I'm sorry. I was listening to the Ruby Volume 9 soundtrack that just came out. That shit bussin' for real, for real.
Welcome to the podcast where we talk about anything and everything that comes out of the crapshoot. I'm your host, JD. This is my co-host.
Snip, snap, snip, snap. I want my Gavi back.
James. I call him James. Everyone else calls him Jimmy. Just works like that.
Let's get dangerous.
How about we get a little dangerous?
Yeah, how about?
Well, first, a couple things happened to me this week, but I don't know if I should say that before, before we get started, but I will anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. I've been to the dentist, James. I went to the dentist over the past week. It was
I was there.
It was a great experience. Funny enough, I thought you actually bought movies or tickets to the Barbie movie.
Yeah, you sent me like a message that said, "Please tell me you didn't buy tickets." I was like, "Oh my god, I actually thought I did."
You know, because I could imagine you misconstruing me sending you a gif of Yakuza, where he's like 4 tickets to the Barbie movie, please. And I thought you would definitely misconstrue that as a agreement to go watch the Barbie movie.
Yeah, I said, good, you agree. 2 tickets ordered, 2 p.m. tomorrow.
Yeah, 2 p.m. tomorrow.
I just chose a random time. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's such a specific time. I was like, is James like stalking me or something? Because I have a dentist appointment at 2:00 tomorrow. Like right when
I
you
was
said.
completely unaware. I was just like, what seems like a random time? 2 p.m.
Yeah, I did not get into the office at 2 p.m. No, they made me wait for about like an hour and a half. Hour, like 40 minutes.
The Barbie movie in the meantime.
Isn't the Barbie movie like 2 hours or something?
They'd wait.
I'm not sure how long it is. But yeah, I went to the dentist. It was my first time going in about 4-ish years. 4 years? Maybe 5 years. Because the last time I went was when I was 18. Because that's when my health insurance ran out. So, you know, now it's a little pricey to go to a dentist.
A little bitty expensive.
Yeah, but when my father found out, he's like, you haven't been going to the dentist? I was like, nope. I mean, you know, my mother told me I just can't go to the dentist anymore. So I just don't go anymore. And he's like, you know, you should still go anyway, even if it costs a little bit more, because if one of your tooth rots, it's going to cost me even more than if you just get it clean normally. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense to me.
Problem for the future, pops.
This is your wallet, yeah. It makes sense to me. So, you know, we had a dentist appointment, and everything went fine. And turns out, you know, as always, I'm literally the perfect specimen, the perfect human being. Genetically,
you're gonna say perfect human being too.
I have no cavities, so look at that. I guess I've been taking good care of my teeth for the past 4 years with no dentist help.
Nice.
And I will say that I've never had cavities before, so guess I'm just not weak like some people.
Listen,
have you had cavities before, James?
I don't think so, but I have had to have like teeth removed.
You had to have teeth pulled out, like that were not baby teeth, or?
Yeah, but that's because somebody stabbed me.
I want to reiterate, I'm not weak.
You would let somebody do that?
Yeah, I wouldn't be the one. I wouldn't be the one getting stabbed.
You'd be the jabber.
No, I wouldn't be in that situation at all. I would just not. I'm absent from the scene. I'm not there.
Speaking of situations we wouldn't be in at all.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't speak so soon, James. I mean, I know you're holding some dark secrets out there.
Oh, hold on. I don't think I'm holding anything as dark as what Mooper Sega has done recently.
It's been a while since I've caught up with the boys. And, you know, some horrible things have come out, but I'm not sure if it's 100% true. Like
there's
time.
A 2-hour video that has screenshot, like, and other evidence to back up.
I don't know if I want to watch it. 2 hours? That's a long time.
From a former employee, I believe.
If they could sum it up with a 10-minute song, then I think I'd be willing to watch that.
All aboard the toxic
Toxic gossip train. I
train.
can't believe you forgot the lyrics to that song already.
Well, I was gonna try and ad lib and do like some super mega related jokes, but then I'm like, no, the original's still better.
Well, it doesn't need any changing. It's perfect the way it is. Don't fix what's not broken, James.
Instead of talking about grooming, you talk about defending people who've committed sexual assault.
That's happens a lot, huh?
Yeah,
I mean,
and for some reason it does.
Bizkiff
People,
was the first one that came up to my mind.
people
And
really want to defend their friends when they do horrible things, huh?
yeah, I'm not sure if they just like are in denial or they just actually maybe just care more about their friends than they do the crimes that they commit.
Yeah,
Maybe I don't
real.
know.
I mean, they probably saw what happened with Mizkif and realized they suffered no actual repercussion for doing what they did. So
That's
hey,
probably
anybody can
true.
do it.
I mean, they'll probably be just fine. I mean, like you said when we were talking about the Miskiv thing, where you're like, Miskiv's not really the bad guy here.
I never said that.
He's done bad, but the real attention should be the
The person who
actual
did it.
committed
Yeah,
crimes.
I do talk about that because I think people kind of like get lost in the weeds of it all. I do think Mizkiv did do something bad, and I do think the uh, Rat and Mayan of Super Mega. I genuinely couldn't remember their names, so I just remembered Rat and Mayan.
Wow, I can't
Matt
believe
and
it.
Ryan of Super Mega. They've also done bad, but also we can't ignore that the person who did do the act themselves should also get so much more shit for it. Like
You
they
want
should
to
still get
explain to
shit.
me in like words what's happening, or
So apparently, one was the thumbnail artist for all their like videos that they would do.
mm-hmm.
I don't know what the other one did at the company.
Oh, like what their job was?
Yeah, I don't know what their job was, but Jim and Dawn, I think, are the names.
Jim, what'd you do this time, man? Jimmy, what are you doing?
Yeah, Dawn and Jim. Who
James,
both
what are
sound
you
like
doing?
I know. Dawn and
Me
Jim
trying
had
to connect any sort of dots that connect it back to you.
Don and Jim had committed a essay on somebody, and then had
Like the
told
same person or like
I
different people?
think the same person, and then they had told I think specifically Ryan about it,
Mm-hmm.
and Ryan said, "Do you want to come to LA and like hang out here for a while and everything?" There's like a bunch of texts that like go over the conversation and whatnot between the two.
Mm.
Again, it's a 2 hour video that talks about this and has like evidence of like pictures and whatnot to back it up. So if you want to like go more in depth,
Yeah,
like
you could probably
looking.
find it, right? If you
By the way,
wanted
a
to.
lot of people are treating Jackson Tucker like a hero recently
I don't
for
think
the
he's a
embezzlement.
hero still. Just because you do something bad to someone who's bad doesn't mean you did a good thing.
You are bad guy, but you are not bad guy.
In the same vein, if you think you're doing something good and you actually do something bad, you did something bad. So it's
I
it's
mean,
just as simple
I
as
mean,
that.
it's like the whole, I guess, really Kyle Rittenhouse situation. He didn't know that guy was a pedophile when he shot him. He did not go.
Exactly.
He did not go there for that guy.
It just so happened to be that the dude that he shot was a pedophile.
It literally just happened to be. Like he shot into a crowd of people.
Yeah,
It could have been anyone.
maybe that would make you care less about the victim, but whatever.
I mean, no, what I'm saying. We're getting so off track.
Yeah, we are.
Uh, but yeah, there's a 2 hour video out by a former employee talking about
Wait,
it.
so how long ago was this? Did this happen?
It was like a couple. The original incident,
Yeah,
because
like
there's
these
a lot of
texts.
incidents that they go over,
Oh, there's
including other
more than one essay,
situations.
or
It's more than one incident. It's like kind of overall how these two are bad people sort of situation.
oh, I see.
They called one of the people that they knew who committed suicide a coward on multiple occasions after the fact, which I think is a fucking horrible thing to do because my dad has even said that to me. Like he said that about a friend he knew, and I'm like, that's a terrible thing to say.
You know what? That's funny because my dad also said that about
We
about
both have
suicide.
similarly horrible parents.
I mean, I kind of agreed with him before because I was like 12 when he was saying this to me. He's like,
Exactly.
son,
It's like you're
and I'm like,
yeah,
yeah,
like
of
yes,
course,
okay.
totally. And then,
You grow up and you start to think on your own.
I grow up and I realize that maybe, the world's not just women bad and suiciders are cowards.
Look at Mark, JD. Look at Mark. Simp.
What will you have in 500 years? Nothing. We'll be dead. Don't have to worry about that.
Well, you have in 500 years still simping over a girl.
Still simping over Amber, huh? Gonna simp over her grave too?
There have been many terrible situations. Apparently Matt, or no, I think Ryan had a trans girlfriend and misgendered her on numerous occasions, which
I'm
is a
not sure
very
where,
shitty thing to.
I'm not sure if they had a.
I
They
don't
never
know
like
which
talk
one
about
it
their
was
personal lives. I
specific.
don't
Again,
think.
I confuse these two for each other all the time.
Yeah, they
So
look
I
like
don't
pretty
know
much exactly the
specifically
same.
which one.
And
But
that
one of
sucks.
them
I
did.
used to watch them a lot when I was in high school.
Well, yeah, Jade, I don't think they had a trans girlfriend probably back then. They probably might have one now, though.
Oh,
Since
maybe
you
I don't
haven't
keep
been
up. I
watching
don't. I
them.
don't really keep up with them often recently. I've kind of
I'm
pivoted
only
away
aware
from.
of what they. I
Yeah.
was only basically aware of their Papers, Please gameplay.
I don't think
Which
it's
I,
they had some banger gameplays, but
Papers,
yeah.
Please was pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. I like the bit of him getting up and walking like to his car, filming it
Yeah,
instead of
but
the
it still
gameplay.
saddens me, hearing about this
Yeah,
kind of thing. I don't think it's on the same level as, Rooster Teeth and
I knew
you,
you were
but
gonna say it.
it
Also,
still feels not that great.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's not on the same level. We'll talk about it. They've I sent you another video
Oh, did
that
you?
talked about a lot more of the points with a bunch of animated characters going over it.
Oh yeah, I did take a look at that.
And then you
I
sent
don't
me a
know how
Patrick
much I
Bateman
trust
gif.
that video
That video
because it's
is
literally just like telling. It's
that
just like
that video is a summarization of
yeah,
like
it's just a
the
summary of
events.
the stuff. But I mean, there's no evidence in it, so it's just to
Yeah,
me, it's
again,
just
JD, there's a
accusations.
2 hour video that has the evidence. This is the summary that you wanted. I gave it to you and you're still upset.
Well, I mean, I'm not upset. I'm just I'm reeling in shock,
I know. I know.
or maybe not shock, but more like just
Oh,
disappointment, I guess.
another big problem that people are having is that when the SuperMega was approached about the sexual assault while these
Oh
people
yeah,
were working for them,
have they responded yet? Or
not to the current situation, but I think to the original like occurrence of when this happened,
hmm.
they were approached about it, and when asked like, "Hey, can you reprimand your employees who had done this? Like, can you do something?" They just said, "No, they don't work for us any." Like, they just went, "Oh well, they just do our thumbnails, so it's like whatever." If you were
Hmm.
like, that's a terrible way to respond to something this like big.
I guess that is a pretty bad way. That's a pretty bad response. Because I'm pretty sure they know their thumb guy, their no guy. They've like done videos with them.
Hmm.
So I don't know if it's such like a we don't really like associate with them. Maybe it is just a business relationship. I'm not sure. I don't
I
know how
mean,
often
even
they hang
then,
out with each
still,
other
it's
before,
like
but
being like you have like a relation. This is a person who does your thumbnails for every one of your videos.
hmm.
You have some sort of relationship with them now, and after they've committed this act, you have to like have some sort of response because you have a deep connection with this person. It's like if an editor who has edited, like if Lixian for Markiplier had done
Yeah.
something, I'd expect Markiplier to
Now
reply in
that'd be
some sort of
truly
way.
shocking to me.
Impossible situation, in my opinion. I could see the Super Mega situation happening because, of course,
Yeah, I mean
because looking
when
at
you're
where they
dealing with
come
like
from, fucking Game Grumps and their shitty
yeah when you're dealing
history
with like edgy lords and that style of humor and all those jokes that they make, obviously there's
would
probably
never expect
something
from Lixian though.
that would be
Literally,
pretty shocking.
probably the purest person.
But I mean sometimes the purest people have the darkest secrets.
Yeah, okay.
You have anything you want to tell me, James?
I killed a man in Kokomo.
My God.
Yeah, but we don't really have to talk about that. So back to Rat and Mayim. They,
Yeah.
of course, because they came from the Game Grumps office, and basically anybody that's come from the Game Grumps office and spaced out on their own
They just have
has
some
pretty much
screws loose,
turned out
dude.
to be a big racist.
Screws loose. I mean, who knew?
Who could guess? I mean, people still defend Oni plays, and I look at them and I'm like, you guys got like so much shit going on. Like I feel for Bing Bong and Julian, not much for anybody else.
Sorry, what was that first one again?
Bing Bong?
All right,
Isn't
let's
his
move
name
on.
Bing Bong? Wait, am I fucking it up?
No, don't Google it. Let's just move on.
Oh, Ding Dong. Listen, I was 2 letters off.
Yeah, but it's a completely different meaning now. Yeah, Bing Bong.
Yeah, man, this is their rat and mine. It's Bing Bong and Juliet.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ding Dong and Julian, like, also apparently Rat and Mine had a bunch of fans of theirs go and dox them, and then didn't like respond and like, hey, don't do this. They were just like, didn't respond at all about it. Again, it's another ignoring like you having a purpose to respond to something like this as it is involving you, but you're not.
Yeah, just one of those content creator things that we'll
No,
probably never
no.
get to. Where you're responsible for your audience or whatever, and because they're doing some crazy stuff and
Oh, I thought you meant like,
what?
yeah, it's just a con.
What are you talking about? James, you all right? Did you disconnect?
Okay, so it was Ryan who was misgendering his trans girlfriend.
Yeah. I didn't even know they had girlfriends. Did both
I
of them have
assume they
girlfriends?
did. It's one of those situations where like you never hear him really talk about it.
No, I don't. Surprisingly, I thought they would be pretty like maybe once or twice accidentally leak something from like their personal lives, but they've kept it pretty. I feel like they kept it pretty separate from their channel.
Yo, wait, what? They
At least I've
groomed
never heard about it. I mean, in the summary video, there's a lot of things in there that I'm not sure I'd take super seriously. Because like the essay and stuff, I do believe happened, and the defending
Again,
that
this is
bad response.
this is a 42-second video with anime characters dancing to help
Yeah.
lighten the mood
Well,
of
it's
very serious topics.
it's a step.
Over something that is a 2-hour
It's
video.
the
with a
anime
bunch of
music video,
evidence.
a step with the main character from it, in the intro basically to the anime.
I'm not gonna lie, I do like when people make videos like this about like serious topics. It does kind of help a bit.
Well, I mean,
It does make it a bit easier.
it is kind of just separate drama from us, which we're not really involved like personally in it.
No, but I mean, we've talked about it. We made this channel because we were like, let's make our own SuperMega.
Well, I didn't actually base it on SuperMega. I don't know if I talked
I know,
about
but
it
like
before.
I meant
but
in like
based on
high school when we originally like discussed this, that was like one of the things we talked about.
yeah, like making like a dual channel type of thing.
Yeah, we were like, okay, that's where like the whole rat and mine thing comes from. It was like, okay, we'll be rat and mine of Mooper Sega, and then it just ended up becoming like, I don't know, crapshoot. And we're here.
Yeah.
But like we've also talked about a bunch of like drama involving them in the past. That's why I don't know, I feel like just talking about it in general.
Yeah. Anyway, though, it's also said something like I don't know, they had some like personal stuff in their lives, like cheating on their girlfriends. Me,
Yeah.
I don't really care too much for the whole personal thing. Like if you that's a personal thing. I don't really think
Yeah,
like
I
that
don't
should be
like people
public or
that do
whatever.
that, but I'm not gonna like
Yeah, I mean like they're
if
not
that's
great,
like something a
not great
content creator
people, but
does.
it's not a crime or anything. It's just not a cool thing to do.
I mean, in some places it can be.
Really? Some places
a
cheating
woman.
is a crime? Oh, you're talking about not America.
No, I'm talking about America.
Other places in America like that still?
I'm sure there is. I mean, fucking
Oh,
child
there
marriage still
probably are.
exists, so I wouldn't doubt it.
You say that, but I don't
I
don't
say
know
it
if I
because it's
believe
true.
you.
We
I
live
don't
in
know
a
if I
fucked
believe
up
you.
world. I don't know why you don't
Because
believe me.
that's
literally a
so
true
far
statement.
off.
JD,
I
there
feel
was
like that's such a
there was
like an
bill
ancient
just
thing.
passed. JD, there was a bill just passed that got rid of it in like 3 states, and there was like 5 people that were like trying to stop it from happening that were in like great places of power. This was a big thing. I know you
I've
don't like
heard
watch
nothing
news
about
and
this.
monitor this stuff, but like it wasn't a small thing that happened. This was like a very important big thing because it finally got rid of shitty stuff like that.
Oh, maybe. I mean, but you know me, Jay, I'm not on social media. I'd never heard of it. Like, I don't know. Is it like a, was it like a well practiced thing in those places? Like
Yes.
just common thing?
Yes. It's a terribly
What were
common
those
thing
places,
among
James?
Republican states.
Like what states just people there were just like, yeah, child marriage is totally cool.
Yeah, no, they try to like make very bullshit claims as to why it should still exist and whatnot. Uh, to like defend it as if it isn't just a very horrid act.
Yeah. So what were those places?
Shit, here I can Google it. I didn't have the stuff like
Was there like
prepared.
more than one?
Yes, it was several states from what I recall.
Oh my God. Yeah. So like the whole cheating thing, that's a personal thing. I'll just keep on going while you Google those states up. Next thing, like the whole what was it, sexually harassing like employees or something. I don't know if that's like if that was like a serious thing or if that was a thing they did as like a bit and everyone was on the joke.
Why
I'm
child
not
marriage
sure.
is still legal in 80% of U.S. states.
80%. You're telling me
80%.
most of the states
Do you
have
want to know what the only states that have banned child marriage as of June 2023?
which states?
Fucking here, hold on. I don't know the abbreviations of some of them, but
Mhm.
Michigan. Here, you know what? I can screenshot it. I'll just send it to you.
Oh, do you not know the
For-
abbreviations of the states? You, Jay,
I know New
James,
York. I know.
we live in this country, James.
Yeah, I don't.
we live
fucking
in
know
a
the
society.
abbreviations. Some of the abbreviations don't make sense to me. Okay,
You're right. Some of the abbreviations are kind of weird.
I get Michigan.
Yeah.
I assume Minnesota is the MN.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I know New York. I know New Jersey. I know Rhode Island. I know Connecticut. I know. No, that's not Maine because Maine's still in it. Vermont, New Hampshire. What's PA? Phil, not Phil.
Yeah, Philadelphia, right?
Isn't Philadelphia a city, not a state?
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
You live in this country, Jamie.
Yeah, but I don't live in Philadelphia. Or no, it's Pennsylvania. That's right.
Pennsylvania. There it is. Pennsylvania. And then one of them, MA. I don't know what MA is.
Massachusetts?
Oh, it probably is Massachusetts. Yeah, Massachusetts. And those are the only states that have it banned.
Oh,
Out of
I'm surprised Massachusetts has it banned.
it's a big problem, and it's like I think it just recently, like a couple other states got it overturned.
Man, I didn't know. Yeah, I had no idea it's such like a normal thing in society.
It's a terribly
Because
normal thing.
I've never
Even in,
heard
like,
of anyone having like married to a child or anything like that. Like no one's brought
it's
it
a
up.
terribly common thing among like religious groups and whatnot.
Oh, well, that's why I
where-
don't know. Then I'm like
Where
totally
girls will
separate
be like
from
married at like
religious ones.
16 or something because parent blessing. That's why like you'll find legal ages are sometimes like at 16.
Well, James, it's just a cultural thing. It's a religion.
It's not.
Yeah, it's just a
It's a
religion,
terrible,
man.
terrible thing. It's a terrible thing done by people of power.
It's just a separate culture, James.
Fuck, I don't give a shit. Christians are horrible people. They are historically
Whoa.
horrible people.
If you're named Christian, I don't hate you. James hates you, but I don't
I
hate
hate you.
Okay.
I'll kill you.
Come
I mean it.
on, James. What, you don't like
Sorry,
my aunt?
that sounded like a joke. I mean it.
Sorry. Anyway, yeah, all the other stuff that like
that
the
2-hour evidence.
last fourth of that like summary video, I'm not sure if that's like if everyone took it seriously or if that was just like a bit.
That's not a bit.
Really?
No, again, it's part of the 2-hour video.
Okay.
It's just they were like, oh yeah, and if you thought like that stuff was bad, here's what they did.
Yeah, I don't think that's like super appropriate for workplace interactions in terms of the grooming Justin. That
Who's
almost
Justin?
sounds like a
I
bit
don't know,
to me.
I don't know most of their replies.
You don't know Justin? He's the editor.
Which one?
Justin is the
Isn't there like three Justins, or
He
was it
got the
there
key
three
to the city.
Jacksons?
He's got his own YouTube channel. He's called Nothing But Lag. He got the key to
Oh,
the city once.
what the
I don't
fuck?
know if you'll be able to recognize his face if you see him, but he's appeared in a bunch of Super Mega videos actually.
Yeah, no, I know. Okay, yeah. Oh my God, he does have a key to the city. He has several pictures of him holding the key to the city with like
I wasn't
different
lying.
haircuts.
He
He has
has a key
different
to the
haircuts in all
city.
these photos when he's holding this key.
Yeah. So the whole groovy thing, like Justin was like not in on that bit. It was he was actually groomed.
I I don't know.
I don't
That's
know.
just like one of those things that's like I didn't even see that part of the video when I sent it to you. I didn't get to that part.
Oh,
I
I
was
know
just
you don't
watching it.
fully watch through videos that are addressing serious
Well,
issues,
no, that
but
was like literally I
and I know
didn't get
you
to
look
that
at the
part.
first sentence, the headliner, and you're like, yeah, I believe it. And
No, JD, I
and
read
that's why
articles.
sometimes we
I
go
think
here,
you
you
have this
know.
idea of me where it's
Yeah,
just I read
you read.
headlines.
I just said that you read the headline of the articles.
Yeah, I read the article itself too. I don't just read the headline. JD, I stopped it at this point because I was like, this is already enough to just talk about on its own.
Yeah.
I didn't see the did I mention part.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes on TikToks they don't have like a time bar, so it doesn't tell you how far into like a clip you are.
Can you like
So
rewind videos or like just is there a timeline on TikTok videos you can look through or
sometimes, but not always.
sometimes?
Sometimes it has like an invisible timeline that you gotta like fucking like finagle to find.
Okay, I see.
It's weird. I hate this system. It's very weird.
Well,
Uh,
James, we live in a system.
no, we live in a society.
No, it's a system. It's called a matrix.
No, it's called System of a Down, and they're not actually that bad of a band. It's a lie.
Yeah, so I guess that was the that's the situation. Is there more to it or
Uh, Again, yeah, it was a former
I
employee was like the one that came out with all this.
yeah, I guess we'll have to wait to see what their response is.
I
Whether
know
or not
Dawn responded.
Did Don respond? What did he say?
He had like four images of like paragraphs upon paragraphs of like response.
That's not a good
So
sign.
no.
Yeah, I mean, you know, obviously we gotta wait for both sides to say their stuff, but it's not looking too good. Not gonna lie, it's not
Yeah,
looking too
no.
good. I wouldn't hold out hope for anything, but yeah, I mean, just sucks to see some of your some of the dudes you thought were cool and funny would turn out to be not very cool and not. Yeah, that's about it actually.
Okay, so Matt Watson, their only thing is that they said they don't think it's appropriate for them to do a concert. So they're gonna have to cancel their last two shows, and that's all they've said so far, I think.
That sounds about right.
As of this
I mean,
recording.
that's already like several times better than Miranda Sings, who just continued with her concert.
Toxic gossip train.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure they might have to seek like they're probably like seeking some kind of
Dude,
legal
all the
counsel,
comments are
right?
people saying, "Where's your ukulele, Matt?"
Oof. Yeah, I mean, you know, they're probably seeking some kind of like legal counsel to get to was it respond with, or maybe they're just not respond at all. I mean, that's totally a path they could take.
Oh, apparently videos are getting deleted. Oh, sorry, no, not videos. I misread that. Tweets are getting deleted from Dawn and Matt specifically.
Okay.
So, I'm trying to find the Dawn thing. I found it earlier, but I think it's because I Googled it rather than going through Twitter to find it.
What's Twitter?
Sorry, X.
X. Oh, you meant X.
Is that
I see.
how we transition?
Yeah, that's how we transition.
So I found it right as you said that.
X.
God, what a
What do you think
terrible
about
choice.
it?
It's so stupid.
What do you mean it's stupid? It's cool.
By the way, if you Google Twitter, it does show the X icon, but still says Twitter.
I I was out of the loop. I missed it for like 3 days after that happened. Everyone's talking about X. I'm like, what the hell is X?
It's so
And then I realized Elon Musk, the big brain that he is, he rebranded Twitter to X. It's just called X now, like the letter,
his
right?
big mushy brain.
So if I type in just X, does it show up Twitter? Or?
You might get a couple other types of results, JD.
No, I've got it. Wouldn't do that to me. It knows what I search. See, the first thing that shows up is X 2022 from IMDb.
A horror movie.
An adult oh, never mind. It's an
It's a
adult
horror
adult movie.
Well, it's not an adult movie necessarily. It's a horror movie about a group of people that are making.
It's
an
adult rated.
movie.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it's a horror movie about a group of people who are making an adult movie, but then end up slowly getting killed because of it.
Oh, I see. Yeah. You know what? When I type in X, nothing that's sus shows up for me.
Twitter
So,
for a
hey.
while.
Oh, is it x.org? Is that what is that Twitter now? No, there's another. No, x.org is something else, isn't it?
Man, I'm still scrolling.
Yep, it's something else. This isn't Twitter. All right.
Jesus
Well.
Christ. Hey, I found it. Tesla.
Wow, dude.
Tesla
it's such,
X.
It's one
Tesla
of the
Model X and SpaceX before I found Twitter X.
well, it's not called Twitter X. It's just called X.
Yeah, you're right. It's still called
I get
Twitter.com.
Xbox Series X before I get Twitter. I don't see Twitter.
You're
Oh,
right,
wait,
JD. It's still called Twitter.com. It just has the X symbol as the profile picture for it now.
okay, it's still called Twitter.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't
So
use Twitter,
stupid.
so I'm not really.
So fucking stupid.
I'm not
man.
super tech savvy with Twitter. No, I don't really use it.
I don't use
I
it
mean,
either, but
I don't
that's-
mind.
I
To
don't
be honest,
I mean, I think it's stupid because it's like generic. It's so
What?
terribly boring.
what? Are you hearing yourself right now?
Yeah, I am. For once, I'm being sane.
I cannot believe you.
For once, I'm not saying something crazy on
You
this
know, for once,
podcast.
I seriously disagree with you. This is revolutionary.
JD, this is literally what fucking the food fight movie was about. Brand
I love
X.
this. I love this. This is great.
I mean, I don't care anymore because Twitter has become such a fucking barren wasteland of just dumb shit. Like, there's no
Yeah.
content there anymore for anything at all.
Well, not
I
even
only went
news.
there in the first place because, like, I'd check up on like what
Oh,
RT
the
people
drama
I follow.
news, the content creator responses to the horrible things they've done.
Yeah, that and also just like because I'd regularly like check up on like what Rooster Teeth people are like tweeting about and whatnot.
Yeah.
And also that's where the artist I always go to for like the work that I get done.
Oh yeah,
especially
art.
for Unlucky
Artists on there too.
Ones. That's where I go to get like talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't know what other platforms he's on. So
Okay. Yeah, so it's rebranded to X.
Oh, God,
I mean,
so
it's
funny.
just there's a lot of difficulties that come with that, I assume. Number one, it doesn't really show up on the search bar, right? Because it's
No,
just a
it
letter.
doesn't.
It's a letter and not a word.
Mhm.
And also, I think I heard some people. I might have seen a Charlie video about this, but I didn't know what he was talking about for a while. Or no, I saw like the thumbnail for it, where he was talking about X, and it must have been about Twitter. So
Yeah,
now I guess I don't know, what are they going to rename? They're going to rename like everything from X, or is it just
Yeah,
going to
I
be
think-
is Twitter just going to go to X and it's still going to be called like tweets and stuff like that? Is that how it's going to go? Or?
Zeets. What would you even call it at that point? Like Zeets? What?
Yeah, Zeets.
Zeets.
I call them X's, dude. It's X.com.
Did you get my XM?
I got your X, yeah.
I XM'd you.
It's like have you seen The Dictator? It's like
Hey, dude,
it's
me. Re-X me.
It's the bit that the dictator does when he renames a bunch of words in the dictionary to like Aladdin. So like a bunch of words have the same meaning. And I want him to do that with the X. So it's just X.com. He's like, hey man, did you get my X? Like, yeah, but yeah, but someone else had like an X and their X was pretty bad about it.
Dystopian?
And he's like, and then everyone's just like, it's like the two people are like knowing what they're talking about, but then everybody else has the confused face on. They're like, what the hell are you guys talking about? God, I would love to see that future, like
What?
unravel.
Who doesn't?
Elon Musk.
No, I know, but like, who lets him do this? Like, is
Well, who's
there
there?
nobody?
There's no.
Is there nobody he bounces ideas off of, or does he just think something and he just says somebody do this?
I don't know actually. I
Like,
just had a thought that he was just like the sole like owner and producer and
He's
whatever
the only
of
person on
Tesla.
Twitter right now.
of like all the companies that he owns,
He fired everybody.
and he doesn't have like a board of directors or something. So I
Yeah,
don't know. I mean, he
I
must
think the
have, right?
Twitter board of directors are like gone.
Oh, you know
They
what?
sold
Actually,
him the fucking company and fucked
fun
off or
fact.
something.
Fun fact. Elon Musk, when he watched the first Spider-Man movie, that's why he doesn't have a board of directors, because he watched the scene of Norman Osborn getting kicked off the board of his own company, and he's like, I don't want that to happen to me. So he got rid of his board. And then his
And
board members
Elon
were the
Musk
ones.
then said, "Back the formula."
No, Elon Musk like sat his board down. He's like, you're out. And then every single one of his board members, all 30 of them in that round table, they all sat him. They're like, you can't do this to me.
It just overlay your voice like several times to create
Back
the
to
effect.
formula.
There's 20 green goblins.
So many goblins, and they're each a different color.
Now choose, now choose.
It reminds me. It also reminds me of that Smosh bit that there's a Smosh bit that they did where they just walk out. And there's two people and they're tag teaming on this one dude trying to make him laugh, and they're both Plankton. So they just do the Plankton voice
Oh my
over and
god,
over.
yeah, Damien and the fucking
And someone else.
the guy who does the like the fucking TikToks.
Give me the formula, crabs. Give me the formula.
Formula, crabs.
Eugene Krabs.
Crabs.
It's so good. But yeah,
People say
X
New
is there.
Smosh is bad, but I gotta say they're pretty funny at times, man. They've got some really funny bits.
Mm-hmm. Well, before we move on to Smosh, because there's a little thing with Smosh.
Is there?
There is. Was there? Is there anything more you want to talk about X, or like, do you use X actually for anything else other than the artist thing? And like, do you post on there, James?
Elon, like, what?
Do you post on X?
I don't post on X. I post on Twitter.
This is gonna be a recurring bit where I call it X and you keep calling it Twitter.
Yeah, it's our yay versus ye moment.
Yeah, where I'm obviously correct.
Sure.
No, you can't do that to me. You can't do this to me. I'm the one who does the sure.
You can't do this to me. I started the show. I think it's just so stupid, and it's just so clearly just showing Elon Musk is doing anything and everything he can to get the slightest bit of attention to Twitter because he is sinking this platform. I mean, Legal Eagle talked about it recently. He is so fucking stupid. Like he like put out the entire situation that's happening with Elon Musk, all the like things that he agreed and had to do, and how the Twitter like board that sold it to him fucking scammed the shit out of him because
they got his ass. They got
him so good because he's
Holy
so
crap.
stupid.
They got his ass.
He literally could have avoided all this, but because of his own. It would be funny if I did this bit in his brain.
What was that saying that people say? It's like talk shit, then get shit or something. I don't know. Forgot what it was. It was like
fuck around, find out.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what the previous Twitter
find out.
That's what the previous Twitter owner said to Elon Musk. Fuck around and find out.
They gave him a sink. Let it sink in. Why did he go and buy that? He was bankrupt.
Carries a sink into Twitter HQ.
Dude, he's losing so much money, and that's like the only happy thing I'm feeling about any of this situation is that Elon Musk is fucking hemorrhaging himself.
Yeah, I mean, it's so weird because he's like, you would think he's like super smart because he's like one of the richest people in the world.
It's because that's how he presents.
But then like, he does something.
As a kid, I thought he was smart. That's why I liked him so much up until like 3 years ago, because then I started paying attention to the stuff he was doing and saying, and I was like, oh my god. He's a fucking idiot. Holy shit.
And then he turns around, or he turns left, and he does like the Derek Zoolander thing where he like carries a sink into Twitter HQ. He's like, all right, let me be clear. It's like, does the completely wrong joke. That's the funniest thing ever.
Oh my god, what if he walked into fucking Twitter and he had them carry like two guys carrying a plane of glass and stood behind it for a fucking photo and said, "Let
Yeah.
me be clear." I think that'd be worse
That'd be so funny.
than let that sink in.
Yeah, he has two guys carrying a glass pane. He stands behind it, takes a photo, and he's like, all right, so let this sink in. I don't know. It cracks me up thinking about how
Stupid
how
he fucking is.
like his actions compared to like compared to it's just his actions in general. It's just so funny. I love it.
It's
You know, I mean, I liked him when I was a kid because I thought he was smart, but now I like him for a different
yeah,
reason.
exactly.
I like him for a different reason now.
I liked him because I was like, yeah, a hyper tunnel does sound cool. And then I thought about the logistics of it as an adult who knows better, and I realized this is dumb. This isn't gonna help. It's just another street.
He's like the epitome of it sounds cool, so I'm just gonna do it.
And then how does he do it? He doesn't. It was supposed to be a giant system of multiple cars, and it's just one tunnel.
It's just a tunnel.
It's just a tunnel.
I mean, that's what it's called, hyper tunnel. It's not hyper tunnels.
It's not hyper at all. There's no hyper. There's tunnel.
You know, if
and
it was
there's
up to
fire
me,
suppression.
I would have
Get
called.
out.
I would have just called the X tunnel. You know, tunnel
I mean,
X.
it's insane that there's like barely any fire suppression on it, especially for the fact that like Teslas catch on fire. Like that's a fucking fact. It's not even like a joke. That's
Yeah,
a
they
fact.
do catch on fire.
They catch on fire so much, and there's no fire suppression in that fucking tunnel. Run! Get out! Oh god, he's such an idiot.
Yeah, so I can't wait to see the future of X, which is probably in a grave.
Dude, it's so funny. Twitter went from being seen as like a very left platform. It had the most lefty lefts on it, you know,
Yeah.
blue-haired liberals. And now it's like just the most fucking deranged, like fucking rancid conservatives on there paying $8 for a fucking blue check mark.
Hey James, don't make fun of me for paying $8 for my
You
X
never
check
would.
mark.
That's the Jamie.
My
I have
X
respect
check
for you
mark.
for the fact that I know you never would.
You know, you don't know that.
I do. For a bit, I'm sure.
You know
but
what?
Not constantly.
I figured out your birthday present.
Yes.
Yeah.
Reverse psychology, JD. I made you buy it.
Yeah, you wanted the X check mark all along.
The X mark.
X mark.
Fuck, dude, Twitter's a fucking joke.
X marks the spot, dude.
How have we made a better Twitter than Elon Musk?
I mean, if Twitter falls, I wonder what will pop up to replace it.
I mean,
If everyone would just move to a different platform, like Instagram or something.
Zuckerberg literally made a new Twitter called Threads. It's literally just Twitter. It's original Twitter.
It's called Threads.
It's called Threads. You have to get like an invitation to join it, though.
Is it Threads with an X at the end?
No. It's in
I
the
see.
middle.
Man, but I
Silent.
don't know. Threads just doesn't roll off the tongue like X does. I'm just saying.
Anything rolls off the tongue better than X.
What? James, have you put X's in your name? Usernames? Your gaming usernames, huh?
Actually, I never have.
Really?
Yeah, no, I
That's
was never
surprising.
that edgy.
I mean, I was edgy, but I didn't put X's in my
I
names.
put phase in my clan name.
Oh, I see. You were a phase
I
kid,
was
huh?
cool.
You were a phase kid?
Yeah, man, I'm a phase kid, especially new age phase.
Oh, you mean the woke phase.
Sorry, I mean old phase. Where they're all a bunch of fucking degenerate pieces of shit.
You mean boomer phase. Where they're all like 40-year-old men.
All of us old OGs don't want phase to be full of this.
Full of this. Points to women.
Points to a female streamer. Just calling it
Hilarious.
here. This popular female streamer is going to be part of phase.
I can't wait
She's
to
a
make
part
fun
of
of more
phase.
women.
I called it.
I should
Man,
join
dude,
phase too.
they're such losers.
I'd pass their interview like flying colors. I'd be like, I want to join phase. And like, all right, what are you good at? Like, I'm terrible at playing video games. Actually, like every single game, I'm pretty bad at.
Listen,
They're like, all right, so why? So what
I
do you
make
think?
my
What makes
friend
you?
laugh a lot.
What makes you qualify to join? It's like, women. And they're like, dude, come on in. Like,
Yeah, that's the only qualification for old face.
Got him. I no old phase. If you make the interviewer laugh, you're in. I mean, like, come on.
No, you just gotta be fucking horrible. You just gotta show them you're a horrible person, and they'll be like, "Whoa, you had me.
you had, you got me
Whoa,
there.
whoa, whoa! Don't oversell yourself."
Yeah. So X is cool, and
Yeah, man.
can't wait to see how that goes. Smosh, remember them? Those were some old
I've never
guys.
heard of them.
Couple of cards back in the day. You
Oh,
know,
those are the two guys who sit at a table and eat a bunch of food, right?
those were the guys that said what was their intro thing that they said?
Shut up.
Yeah, shut up. That's what it was.
Shut up.
The two guys bought it back, I think.
Yeah. Oh, did
Yeah.
we never talk about that?
Nope.
Oh my
Don't
god,
think
wait,
so.
have we really not talked about this whole time? It's been
Nope.
weeks.
It has been weeks, but I just forgotten about it until now.
Yeah, they bought back Smosh. They bought it
Were you a big fan
back.
of Smosh, James?
I was and I still am. I do like New Age Smosh. I know a lot of people are pieces of shit about it though. Like cringy fucking like old fans, which is a similar problem with Rooster Teeth, which I do want to talk about later. But
Whoa, you're gonna make an
I
enemy out of all the Rooster Teeth fans that watch this podcast? Like, come on, dude.
can't believe James tried setting
You're the
30
one
on
who
fire
got them
again.
here in the first place. I
I before we get into that discussion, yeah, Smosh bought back their company from Good Mythical Morning, who had bought it after their original like people that they sold the company to fucking tanked, went under, and were
yeah,
like
they
just
bankrupted or
crashing.
something.
Something Media, I forget the name of it,
Yeah. So now that
but
they got
like
it back, like, is it like what's gonna change? Is it just in their
I
possession now?
know they've gotten rid of I think like two of the shows that they were doing to make space for like other content. Now that they have
Mm.
like Anthony back, because Anthony's back, who had been gone from like Smosh since I think like maybe 2016 ish.
Hmm. Wow.
He's
Yeah. I
been
mean,
gone for a while.
I never watched like Smosh at all. Pretty much. I knew they had a movie, and I feel like I've watched clips of that movie way a long time ago.
The
But
trailer is good. The movie is not.
yeah,
It's a time where the trailer has all the best stuff in it, and that's it.
yeah, I mean, I think that was it was just like a time before I got onto the internet. Like I'm kind of a zoomer, so I kind of miss them. I missed that era.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I came
Sorry,
online
Beyond.
like I came online Finance of Freddy's when Finance of Freddy's like went viral.
Dude,
That's when I went online.
new DLC out. We'll talk about that
Yeah.
as well. We got a lot to talk about, man.
hmm Yeah. So
Uh,
Smosh got their thing back, and
yes,
they're
Smosh
gonna
is back together.
they're gonna go
They're
crazy.
doing skits again, which I think are like they're kind of recreating the charm of like older skits, which I
Mhm.
think is good. That's perfect. They're back into it. They like really
Finally,
hit their groove like
they
right
can
away.
embrace their old fans again.
Yeah, they embrace their old fans again with doing the skit sort of stuff again, while also still doing their new content. Like they're trying not to laughs,
With
they're
the new
eating or
crew.
eat it's
I guess it isn't a
what?
new crew, is it? They've been there for a while.
Yeah, new crew's been there for a while, and then they also have some other new hires that came on like within like kind of the last year.
Yeah.
And there's so this is where I'm talking about like the toxic fan base who hate the new people. They're giving them shit for things that like old members did all the time and still even do, but
People,
aren't
you know,
giving the
people, James,
old
they
member
just don't
shit.
like change very much.
No, they don't like people of color or women in general.
I mean, hey, you know, they just don't like change very much.
No, it's that these people had bad fan bases and
Yeah.
then realized, oh, but I don't like having bad. They did the iDubbbz where like, I don't like my fan base, and then their fan base is like, you went woke, and they're like, no, I've been this. You just didn't realize it,
Saint
and
Adolf
I
and
grew up.
Saint Adolf in the comment section is like, what? You didn't like me?
You didn't like that I was a transphobic, horrible piece of shit who'd also, yell at women profusely and hates people of color.
You used to be
Why
funny,
would you hate
man.
me?
You used to be funny. You changed.
You changed.
No, I never changed. I stayed the same. Same all the way, baby.
Same old white baby?
And all the way. What are you talking about,
Oh,
James?
I thought you said old
Dude,
white
I know
baby.
you want to. I know you want to see
It's like
racial
Benjamin
conflict in
Button.
every single thing, but I mean, it's gone too far, James.
I
You
had a
need an
conversation with my
intervention.
I had to explain to my dad what POC meant today.
Well, now you're gonna have to explain to me what it means.
Person of color.
Okay, I thought it was gonna be something really bad,
No, it's
and it
person of color.
was.
So my dad, he didn't understand, so his immediate response was colored person, and I went, no,
What?
no,
Well, that's what you said, James.
no, because I said person of color. There's a difference, and this is the whole present of the thing. You're putting the color of their skin before the fact that they're a human person with
Oh, you mean like the
colored
word?
person. But
I
by
see.
saying person of color, you are giving them respect that you are recognizing them as a person before anything else, which is a big problem with it. Which is why it's okay to say person of color, but not colored person and whatnot. My dad didn't understand that, then went on a tangent. He said something about yellow Orientals and red Indians.
Dude, I think you're just being a little too sensitive, man. I mean,
I
it's fine. It's just words.
think my dad's insane.
It's just words, James.
But yeah, it was I had to teach him about that today because we were talking about Jason Aldean, the fucking country singer who just made a song that has so much like racist undertones. It's like not subtle at all.
The new crapshoot theme song. You mean?
No. It's Key and Peele made a skit like years ago when they were still like making skits
Uh,
where it was like one of them was like he was a black guy but he was like from the south, so he's raised very country like, and he was singing songs and every song was racist, but to him he was like, no, homies can be anybody. You got white homies. And he like did this whole thing and the guy's
yeah,
like,
you got
no,
white
no,
homies, you got
it's
colored
talking about black
homies, you got.
people. He's like, no, 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 no. That's what I felt like talking to my dad about. I'm like, no, no, dad, it's racist. And he's like, he's just from a small town. I'm like, that doesn't change it.
Yeah, and then your dad's gonna be like me when I'm doing the bit where I'm like, it's not racist, James. You just make it seem racist because you're racist.
Yeah, but to my dad, it's real.
Yeah.
Uh, so moving on from the Smosh toxic fan base to Rooster
To
Teeth,
yeah, another toxic fan base you like. You're
I
part of that
talked to
fan
you.
base.
I am, and I talked to you about this where I mentioned something about me and a guy getting in a disagreement.
Oh yeah, you did. You said you got into a
So
misunderstanding with someone and you blocked someone for the first time and it's
no,
because of
I
that.
didn't block somebody. Somebody blocked me, which I
Oh, I
didn't know
see.
you could do on Reddit.
Wait, I swear. You really? Is that the first time you've been blocked?
Yeah, it's the first time I've been blocked, and it was like very surprising to me on Reddit. I mean, on Reddit,
Okay. Yeah.
which I didn't know it was a thing you could do, which is why it surprised me so much. But the situation started. I got a notification because sometimes I get notifications about like the Transformers Reddit, which I love looking at because there's so much creative shit that's in the Transformers Reddit. Like, I'm not a big fan of Reddit, but I'm a big
Yeah,
fan of
so many
Transformers
blocks.
Reddit, so I look at it a lot. It's so cool, dude. There's a lot of cool stuff on there.
Mm-hmm.
But I got a notification for the Rooster Teeth Reddit, and it
Mm.
was like, hey, r/cockbite is still an available group that we can make. And I was, because this is, cockbite is a callback to what the whole Rooster Teeth name is. It's the family friendly version of that. They were like, how can we name a company cockbite and get away with it?
Mm-hmm.
So that was a whole joke from when the company first began, and they were like, let's make a group called r/cockbite. I read that, then I read the rest of it because that's just the title, and then I clicked on it and I read the rest, and it said, let's make this for all the old fans who hate the new content and want all the old stuff again. And I got like so fucking annoyed by it because it's
I knew
every
it. You
time I
just
see a
couldn't
Rooster
hold
Teeth
yourself
post on
back.
Reddit, I felt anger well up inside of me. And I had to
You
stop
felt
myself because I
anger.
was like, I'm so upset by RT like fandom because it's just the people who are the loudest are like the old group, the old minority, which I'm also a part of. But I like the new stuff as well. Like, I've literally been a fan of Rooster Teeth since day one, and back in like the early 2000s.
Hey man, I
I've been
mean,
a fan. I'm still a
you're just a
fan.
fake fan. I mean, what can I say?
No, they are fake fans because they like watched Red vs. Blue back when it was in Halo 2 and then never watched again and are like, it's woke now. And it's like, no, they just don't want to, be fucking horrible.
Well, I mean, if it's woke, it's woke.
It's, yeah, man. So,
Well, just completely
did it again.
didn't even want to engage with that, huh?
No, we don't have time. We don't have time.
You're
I'm
right.
trying
we
not
don't-
to
we
run
don't-
out of time.
we
I
do-
want to
we
talk
do
about
have
Five
time.
Nights at Freddy's as well.
I am
So
trying to
gotta
run out
speedrun
the
this.
clock.
I know you try to run out the clock a lot, so I'm trying to like speed run this so we can talk about Five Nights at Freddy's Ruin. But this guy, like, I read that and I was like so annoyed by it because there's so many fucking annoying guys, especially on Reddit. They're like, why can't we go back to old Archie content? When are the old Archie stuff
That's
coming?
right.
And I'm like, shut
Sounds
up.
about right.
No, they're not gonna go back.
Shut
They're
up.
not. Ray isn't coming back to Achievement Hunter.
Ray is
Ryan
dead.
is gone forever.
He is dead
He's
and
not
buried.
dead. He's streaming. He's doing his own stuff.
No, he's dead. I
happy
saw
doing
his
it.
grave.
Yeah, man, they saw
I,
him die in Minecraft.
I mourn for you.
And it's like it's people who are like, oh, why don't they bring Joel Heyman back? And it's like, well, Joel Heyman abused his power as a founder of the company and didn't do any work. And they're like, no, it's because he was conservative. No, it's not. It's not the reason, but you won't believe that no matter how many times somebody explains it to you.
Are these
It's-
actual arguments you got with that thread?
Yes.
Or, okay.
in Reddit, and so it's like a
In
whole
Reddit,
thing of
yeah.
culminating in like I'm just super annoyed by it in general, and I get to this post of somebody being like, let's make a community for the old fans, and I like was so annoyed by it. I like all I wrote was I thought this tweet was going to be one thing, turned out it wasn't. This is annoying. That's all I said, and so
Wow,
the guy
dude,
then
that
replied
is
to me
that's
with
a
like,
real like what do they call it? Passive aggressive, yeah.
yeah, that's all. That was a point. I was like, I'm not trying to be like overly violent because like
I don't want to be
like being
aggressive
like that.
aggressive.
Yeah, I don't want to be aggressive, but I want to imply how annoying this is. And like I wrote that, and the guy like replied. I can't see it anymore, by the way, because the guy blocked me. So I'm like,
Right.
I guess if I can try to like finagle to like going to Safari to look at it, because like he replied and then immediately blocked me.
He replied, "It was me, Barry," and then I blocked you. I mean, he blocked you.
Yeah, it was so weird because I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Uh, here, hold on. I'm sure I can pull this up in like Safari if I do this correctly.
Huh. So
There
if
we
you
go.
block someone on Reddit, it just makes they just can't see any of your posts.
I can't see the post at all. Like the post is gone completely. I can't see it at all or anything.
It's gone, disappeared into the wind.
Yeah, it's literally like I can't like go view it anymore. I can't respond at all.
Okay.
So he said, shit, hold on. That was a different post.
Jesus, how many posts, man?
Well, there was also a Red vs. Blue post I was talking about. Okay, I can't find it, but it was shit, it was like hey, thanks for adding nothing to this. Like that was his thing.
Gotcha. Another
And
passive
that
aggressive
was a
response.
point where I was like, cool, you're an asshole. Let's do this.
No, come on. Really?
I was like,
That's
cool.
a-
You've engaged.
you looked at
too.
it.
We're both pieces of shit. Let's
You
do
looked
this.
at it. Your anger started. Your water started boiling, and you're like, "All right, 3 minutes. I've got you for 3 minutes."
That's exactly what it was. It was like I was like, cool. I'm already angry about some other shit in my day. You're being a fucking annoying piece of shit about this whole old Rooster Teeth stuff. Let's fight. That was like my brain set, and so I then started like going off on him. I'm like, hey, other than your goofy ass calling old Autobots kind of post for old RT fans, you fucking loser. This is dumb as shit, and you look like a
Gotta
fucking
hit the
jackass whenever you
Transformers
do this
reference
stuff.
in there.
I did. I was so happy about it because I'm like, every time I see somebody use the calling all Autobots thing like incorrectly, it annoys me. So I'm like, you're doing it here. You're trying to call all Autobots, but for old RT fans, you're annoying as shit. And that's what I was like. And then he hit me with the, I'm sorry you feel targeted by my post.
Gotcha.
I was like, what?
Boom. Boom.
And so when I read that part, it then cued me in. Are we having two different conversations? And then I
Well,
kept
James, that's the wrong approach to it. You shouldn't be like, you shouldn't be trying to see the other person's point of view. You should
No,
be
he's like-
immediately denying him and telling him that he should just go like end himself online.
So what he said was, sorry you feel targeted by me calling out trolls. Also, I didn't calling all Autobots anything. I suggested a place for people like you to fuck off to. And then I realized he's not asking for people like him to go to a group like that. He wants a group made for the people to get kicked out. And I'm like, then why did you word your post like that? Because it makes it sound like you are one of the old fans that want this group.
James, I hate to break it to you, but you're the old fan. You
I
are
know
the old
I am
fan.
the old fan, but I'm also the old fan who likes the new stuff as well.
No, James.
I'm not the
You're part of them,
40-year-old
man.
old fan that's a fucking dickhead.
You're part of them so much that guy, it's there. It's written in stone.
Well, what's written in stone is that me and this guy had a disagreement.
That is a pretty funny.
We both agree with each other. I think it's stupid to want to make
That guy probably acts a lot like you too.
He probably does, but I also think that's personally, I do think the whole idea of making like a new group for these guys is stupid because it's like then you're just kind of enabling them by making it.
I mean, I think they should have their own place to do their stupidity on, and everyone can just watch
if
it.
they want to go make it, not like people who are new, like the new content wanting to make it for them, so they'll fuck off because they won't go do that. But I mean, they won't.
Wouldn't.
But it's like so clear, like we're on the same side. Just we're both wording this incorrectly because we don't understand what each other are saying. I'm like, you're a troll piece of shit. He's like, you're a troll piece of shit. We just become best friends.
Hit the no you angle.
And because he blocked me, I can't like be like, oh, we're fighting for the same side. I just thought you were a troll.
Too bad, James. You can't turn back time. It's set in stone now.
No, I can't. So this is me calling out to you.
No, you can't call out all the bots on me. Sorry, man.
User Aaron
because we're out of time. I hate to tell you, but
we're not out of time. We got to talk about Five Nights at Freddy's.
And I guess we'll have to talk about it next time.
No, we're talking about it now, JD. Fuck off. This is my podcast, Neo.
What? Am I not the host anymore?
You haven't been the host for a long time. I just co-op this.
This is a coup.
But no, Five Nights at Freddy's Ruin came out.
It did. It was like like a few days ago.
I thought it was coming out like near the end of the year when the movie was coming out. I wasn't aware it was coming out like now.
Yeah, I didn't really remember when the release date was, but
I mean, hey, that's probably when the Xbox version will come out.
I just pray that it'd show up on my YouTube timeline when I hopped on one day, and it did. I think I got it like pretty much the same day that it came out. I saw like Manly Badass Hero make a video on it. I'm like, whoa, that's the new Ruin DLC.
The same day it came out, just that morning it came out, I opened TikTok, and the first video I saw that told me that it was even out was the ending of the game that spoiled what was going on.
Oh, I see. I only watched the first, I think watched the first 10 minutes of his playthrough. So it was just the introduction of the new protagonist, and they hop into the Pizzaplex, and that's it. And that's all I watched. Mm-hmm. And I got the text from you that you were like, let's go play some Ruin. I'm like, all right.
Well, yeah, because I was like, yeah, it's out for all systems.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't it be?
Silly little fool.
Run
out for all systems. I think you misread it as out for all real systems, James.
Yeah, man. What does PlayStation have left again?
Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's about it, ain't it?
I'm sorry, Spider-Man's like amazing. So
I'm not saying it's not. I think it's a very well-made game and whatnot. I'm just saying.
I actually am surprised at how many IPs Xbox has put under its wing, and yet it has had no bangers.
You were like, Xbox has nothing, and it's like they got so much shit.
And yet there's like no bangers.
What the fuck are you talking about? Sonic's on there.
Oh, Sonic sucks.
New Sonic sucks.
I was about to say no.
I'm an old head.
I meant new bangers. Like what are the new bangers they came out with?
Fucking any Yakuza game, basically.
Yakuza game's alright. Isn't Yakuza on PlayStation 2? Is that only Xbox?
I think it's only Xbox. It's on Game Pass.
Oh, I see.
Dude, I've been playing Yakuza 0 like in my free time. It's fun as shit. That's a fun game.
All of my friends like playing Yakuza, but I haven't played it or seen any gameplay of it yet.
It's so Ray from Achievement Hunter, the former employee who died.
Who?
The guy that you said you went to the funeral of, JD. You mourned him?
Wait, hold on. No. The next gen, the newer Yakuza games are going to be Xbox exclusive.
I thought they
The
always
old
were.
ones were PlayStation exclusives.
Ha! Motherfuckers lost it to us. Losers.
Wait, no. So the old ones are still like all platforms though. So
Yeah,
they're
but
still
new ones will
fine.
be Xbox only.
The newest
You
like a
lost it to us.
it says the newest Like a Dragon will be an Xbox exclusive.
I haven't played like a dragon yet, but that seems like it's going to be a fun game as well. Um,
Yeah, probably.
but yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's, it came out and it's on everything but Xbox for some reason. But that also kind of
It's a good
tracks
choice.
because they have marketed a lot for like PlayStation.
That's another
Like
thing for
at the
PlayStation. It's like I've
Yeah,
only
they-
not only have Spider-Man and Five Nights at
Five Nights
Freddy's.
Ruin and VR. It's very interesting. It's like when you look at it, every time that like they've shown something for Security Breach, it's been through like a PlayStation like press conference type thing.
Yeah, I guess so.
And I never really considered that, but yeah, they kind of always do that, and it never like clicked with me. But I've been watching Markiplier because we can't play it anymore because of that reason.
Yeah.
And listen,
Was
I
he
love
pissing
Mark.
you off already?
What was it?
Is his gameplay pissing you off already?
I love Mark.
Is it making
I love him.
rustling your jimmies?
He's so funny. He's so charismatic. Who could actually hate him?
He is. I hate him.
No, but like I'm watching it and there's like such simple stuff. Like they'll say stuff to him, but Mark gets so easily distracted. Like he did the whole jingle jingle keys bit. That is Mark because they just
Yeah,
barely
come on,
jingle
yeah.
keys in front of his face.
Can't blame
he looks
him.
away from the story and then
Pretty
gets
sure he
distracted.
has
He's
like ADHD
what
or
am
something.
I doing? I know,
What
but
was
it's
it
like very
called?
funny that like he made what became a very popular audio on TikTok, especially the whole jingle jingle keys that people would do where they would be like talking to you, then they pull like Subway Surfers on their phone to show it to you while they talk, and that would be the jingle jingle keys bit.
Trying to explain something to you is like squirrel.
Yeah,
Sorry, what were you
It's-
saying?
that's what happens with Mark in his gameplay. He'll be like, oh, I'm not able to tell where the story's happening because I saw a bright light to my right side and kept walking forward still. He's not walking towards the things that are like they sing. He's still walking in the direction of the game, but he's looking anywhere but far in front of him. It's also like he like figures out mechanics, but then he doesn't do them.
Yeah.
He like brute forces stuff when it's like, here's a mechanic to help you get around. And he's like, no, I'm not gonna jump from platform to platform. I'm gonna keep jumping into the water.
Then he complains about why the game is so broken, and then
No, he's not doing that, which I like.
he used to do that. And that was super funny to me. I think at some point he realized that he's just being stupid, so he just stopped complaining. And every
there's-
time he's like having trouble struggling on a certain part, he's in his head he's probably like, "Oh fuck, I missed something," and I'm acting stupid.
There was a really funny moment in the Ruin gameplay. I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but he ends up in the daycare and he like realizes where he is, and then Lixie and like overlays the audio from the video where he's yelling at Freddy, just echoing throughout the room. he's like looking around and Mark's being all silent. He's going, oh, that was, and you just hear like in the faint distance, Freddy.
That was such a good moment too.
That was so funny. Dude, this seems very much more like consistent than Security Breach was. It's very
Yeah, it's more fleshed out.
It seems really. Oh, the AI seem a lot better as well.
That's good.
Even they'll still get like caught on doors sometimes.
Well, that's
like,
good, but it's also
they're
not good.
like,
Because I like
it's
the broken
good, but
stuff.
not good. But it's also it is the charm of Five Nights at Freddy's because like it's always been broken.
Well, it's gotta
if
be.
you
It's
really
gotta be
look at it.
goofy, man. If it isn't goofy, it's not Five Nights at Freddy's.
You can literally break the first game by doing like just clicking 4 buttons over and over again. That's a fact. You can break the first game just by doing that because you can keep everybody stun locked forever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's always had bugs, even in like the early games and whatnot. But that's part of the charm, and I think the story so far, I'm aware of what comes, but where Mark's at, because that's the guy that I chose. Like, I'm not gonna follow Matt Pat because I was watching MatPat play, and I'm like, he's getting distracted so much. He's stopping. He's not continuing the story. They've stood
Well,
in
it's
the
because he's
same
got
room
a
for
job
20
to do.
minutes.
You see,
I know
he's not a let's player. He's a theorist.
He's got a game to play as well.
He's playing the game not to play the game, but to
He's
to find out all the secret
every edge of
lores.
graffiti. He's standing in a room trying to decipher what the covered up graffiti means.
That's what I feel like whenever I watch you play games. I'm like, why are you so slow? And you're just like, shut the hell up.
No, because playing Halo Infinite, you're supposed to stand there and look around. That's the whole point. Like, that's the grandeur of it. It's this whole open world, which is so unnatural for Halo, and it's very beautiful. But Ruin, it's very interesting, and also, as somebody who's like aware of the lore, stuff makes sense for me. And then watching Mark play, and Mark's like, "How does this work?" I'm like, I mean, that's kind of old news, buddy.
Well, if you saw MatPat's theory video, and you would
it's
know
not even
that Michael is actually the bad guy. And then
No,
wait, what's that?
It's the whole fucking.
I'm getting
illusion.
confused with someone else. Yeah, I
You know
remember that.
The illusion disc stuff.
Yeah.
They use that. Like,
Oh, it's
again,
in
not
Ruin?
spoiling it. They don't say it, but it's very much hinted that that's the case in Ruin. Because you only start noticing stuff is weird after something happens. Again, not spoiling it, but like you
Illusion
realize that, and then
discs.
you're able. Yeah, and it's like, oh, this is clearly an illusion disc situation, and I'm like, that makes sense. That's a very smart way to do it in a game. Finally,
And then Mark's like, this
then
makes
Mark's-
no sense at all. This is stupid.
Mark's like, but it was here. How is it not here? And I'm like,
The way you said that makes it seem like when he plays games, he only acts. I don't know if he's faking it, but if he's faking it, he fakes it pretty good. Where he's just like he has what was it, cognitive dissociation? No, like object permanence. He's just missing it.
Right.
Every time he's playing games, like what? It was supposed to be here. It was here. It was here, but now it's not.
He like sees something. He's like, "Ooh, that looks weird." He does the game mechanic, and he's like, "Why is it not there anymore?" And I'm like, "Well, Mark, if you just think it through."
I need you to
Might
stop
make
pressing
sense.
buttons, and I need you to just sit
Jingle,
there
jingle.
and think.
Jingle, jingle.
Use
Mark,
that
pay
smart
attention.
brain of yours. You're the one who coined the term big brain. Come on now.
He literally walked into Chica at one point because he saw big blue liquid that he'd seen just before as well. Like he had pointed it out. He like walked past the doorway. There was blue liquid. The character made a like talked about the like, ew, I don't want to walk through that.
They noticed
and
it?
Mark kept walking, found a second doorway with blue liquid. He's like, oh, what's that?
Oh, what
Kept
is this?
walking forward while still staring at the thing and walks right into Chica. Just
So
sitting there
good.
like, Mark.
That's so good.
He's like, where did she come from?
I hope he never changes the way he plays games.
There's like literally a sound cue for Chica, and he's like, oh, I didn't see it. There's so many times a sound cue plays for something that's like happening down a hall from him, but he's looking
you
anywhere
just
but,
gotta be-
and he's
you-
like, oh, what was that?
You just gotta be wondering what is going on inside that head. What is he thinking when he's playing the game? He must be thinking about something else. like,
Margaritaville.
completely distracted. He's probably thinking like, "Man, I'm missing. I hope the production goes fine on the new movie I'm making. What was this blue liquid?
He did talk about that in one
Oh,
of the
yeah.
videos. I think he talked about Iron Lung. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know
Anyway.
what he really said, though.
Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.
So I've been drawing Transformer.
Whoa,
FNAF.
James! I didn't even. That wasn't the outro yet.
I thought that was the intro.
No, you know how the outro goes. We do this every Sunday, and if you liked it, you should subscribe. And if you like James, you can catch him in the description. He's there.
Yeah,
He's there. He does the things. Probably.
Yeah,
And yeah, and I'll be here. Probably.
probably.
Every Sunday.
Yeah.
Bring us out, James.
So I sent you a GIF of a comment writer gaping.